Oh, I want to bathe in the steam from this. This is like a pork spa. Good morning, everyone. It's Mark Wiens with migrationology.com. Ying and I are at a coffee shop this morning. That's actually so hot, I just barely got any, but it is good Americano. And this is a really nice, spacious coffee shop with very comfortable sofa chairs. This is a great place to hang out and get some work done. Today is our final full day in South Korea. Time when we explored and walked around the Hanok village and ate all sorts of snacks, there was this one snack which is a mandoo dumpling that we didn't get to eat, and so there was no way I was gonna miss it though because it looks incredibly delicious. So we are here this morning. It is busy, but I think we can get in. Luckily that wait did not take very long. The line went fast and it's set up like bakery style. So all of the different dumplings are pre-prepared and then you just point and choose to the dumplings you want. They put it onto a little tray, cover it in plastic wrap, and then stick it in a bag and you can eat it wherever you like. And on the bag it says Dawoorang Dumpling. And then their slogan is containing all of the happiness and attention dumplings. Oh, that's a wonderful slogan. I got a couple of different dumplings, but the real one I wanted is the shrimp dumpling. The triangular shaped dumpling with the shrimp tail hanging out of one corner is the shrimp dumpling, and then we also got a couple of other dumplings. Oh yeah. Oh, that is wonderful. There are a couple of different components to this dumpling. There's an entire shrimp, but then that orange is kind of like it kind of tastes like fish cake to me. It has like a little bit of a spongy texture with a chili and green onion flavor to it. And then it's all wrapped up in a wrapper that is slightly chewy and a little bit crisp and a little bit oily, and you can really taste the sesame in there as well. That is a little bit of it's almost like a Korean samosa. I can tell why it's so popular. That was a wonderful dumpling pre-lunch snack, and we are now on our way to meet Chino for lunch. For lunch today, we are at a very, very popular restaurant right within the Hanok village called Veteran Restaurant, but in Korean it's pronounced Veteran. They serve a number of different noodle dishes, and this is their main signature dish, which is noodles. And this looks almost like a stew. There's so many things going on. Oh, the noodles are down here. It's like a thick, eggy gravy. And then there's some chili paste, there's some seaweed flakes, and I'm not sure if it's sesame. Is it ground? I think it's ground sesame. And so what you do is you just stir this all up. Oh yeah. You can really smell the seaweed in here. And there's a good pile of noodles down there. All right, I think that's good. Oh, that's hot. The noodles are really good. They are like a little bit of a chewy, sticky, kind of like spaghetti-shaped noodle. And then I tasted the egg. I think they added raw eggs just in the soup, so they've just cooked a little bit, but you can still taste that they're runny and rich and kind of coating the noodles. And then, yeah, you really taste that fresh, crumbled up seaweed and that crushed up sesame seeds as well. That's like egg drop soup. It's a little bit salty and just with all that egg curdled up in there. Oh, it stays really, really hot. Thank you. We also tried another noodle dish that they serve. The noodles are on the bottom. I think this is a different type of noodle. It's a little bit of a different color. And then topped with a bunch of cabbage and chili pepper paste. And so you've got to really stir this one up as well to get all that seasoning mixed in there. I might add a spoon of soup to hydrate it. Get those juices flowing. We're almost evenly mixed. I'm not gonna mix any longer. Oh yeah, you can smell the sesame oil. Wow, those are chewy. It's also served chilled. It's not icy cold, but it's cold, and so that gives it a kind of a chilly, sweet and salty and spicy, refreshing and sesame taste to it. They are really, really chewy. You don't want to take too big of a bite because the noodles are so chewy. Just finished with the bowls of noodles at Veteran Restaurant. The original bowl topped with the seaweed and the sesame, it was a little on the plain side for me, but I did enjoy those really chewy chili pepper paste noodles. And this is an incredibly popular restaurant in Jeonju in the Hanok village. There is almost continuously a line of people waiting to get in. After lunch, we just stopped at a place called Angel Wish, and you know those kind of fish-shaped waffles with some different fillings inside? They serve like the expanded luxury edition of that. Let me take it out of this paper so you can see that whole thing. And then they stuffed, I think, frozen mango or some kind of frozen fruit into it, and then topped it with ice cream, and then topped it with chocolate sauce, and then topped it with a cookie, and then topped it with a wafer, and then topped it with sprinkles. I'm not even sure how to go about eating this. I'll just take a bite out of the side. That's vanilla ice cream, and that's like just a waffle, crispy waffle tasting fish. Probably the best way to eat this is to start from the top and work your way down, but I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up. Maybe it's frozen. I think it's frozen mango. Oh, really frozen mango. Thank you. It's the middle of the afternoon now. We drove over to the Jeonju Zoo and we are gonna walk around for a while, try to build our appetites for dinner. There are quite a few animals at this zoo, lions and tigers and birds and elephants, but a lot of people, it's kind of like a big park, so a lot of families come here just to walk around and enjoy some leisure time and also to eat and have picnics. We walked around the zoo for a while and now we are walking through, this is a forest park but right in the center of Jeonju, and we are on our way taking a hike through the forest to get to dinner. After you emerge from hiking in the forest, they have a public service, an air hose to clean yourself. Oh yeah. Clean off all the dust. Oh, it's cold. Okay, I think that's good enough for my shower for the day. This is a big hot stone griddle, and then you just put on potato and onion. Oh, and this is pork belly. This is pork belly. Samgyeopsal, please. This is going to be our last meal in Jeonju, and we are at a restaurant called Marubul. You walk in here and all of the tables have a big circular slab of stone in the middle, and then they heat up the stone, and then that's your cooking table. And so we got Samgyeopsal, which is the pork belly. These are like giant thick cut slabs of bacon, and you can see that ratio of fat and meat. And then he brought it to our table, and then along with some potatoes and onions and some kimchi, and it is just slowly sizzling and roasting right in front of us on that big hot stone. And the juices and the oils and the aroma and the steam that's coming off of this pork is incredible. Oh, I want to bathe in the steam from this. This is like a pork spa.
뒤로 조금만 물러나 주시면.
That was an incredible display of cooking, and then he mixed it with the onions, and it is still sizzling in its oil, and this is incredible. And now we have an entire slab of stone just covered in pork belly, slices of pork belly, and kimchi. This is kimchi, which has also been cooked on the hot stone, and then he had it on some bean sprouts as well. I'm just gonna taste a piece of pork before I even mix it with anything or use any sauce or vegetables. Oh wow. That is so juicy, and you can just taste all of those layers of the pork belly. The fat is juicy and flavorful, and then the meat is a little bit crisp from being cooked within its own oil. It's so flavorful and so good. And what you're supposed to do with this kimchi is you're supposed to wrap a piece of the pork within it, or eat it all together. That's right off the griddle, so you do have to be a little bit patient and cool it off a little bit. Wow. It's still flaming hot. It has a sour chili flavor, but at the same time it's hot, and it has a little bit of a roasted flavor, and you can taste some of that pork oil that it's been soaking in and sizzling in. This is another type of kimchi. This is cabbage, which has also been marinated and cured. That's not a chili kimchi, but it's also a kimchi, and it has a very crisp and juicy texture, but then it's a little bit sweet and a little bit salty. And then I'll add a slice of garlic, which has also been sizzling in the oil. I'm gonna wrap it in a marinated perilla leaf. I'll add a little bit of pepper paste or bean paste to this as well. And then wrap this leaf up. Oh yeah. Cool. I like it with that leaf as well. The leaf is a little bit salty and green minty. And then also I think you can taste the soybean oil as well. And then just with that tender juicing pork as you take a bite. It's amazing. As you keep on eating throughout your meal, the pork keeps on slow sizzling. And so when you get started to kind of the end of the pork, the pieces start getting more and more crispy as they've just been sitting there sizzling for so long. I'm gonna put this piece into a leaf of lettuce, and then I'll grab a marinated clove of garlic, And then I think I need to go for some of that kimchi. That kimchi is so good. All right. Wow. That is such an incredible combination. And you can really taste those crispified edges of the pork. Kimchi fried rice. We finished off all of the meat, and then after that they bring the rice and they make fried rice right in front of you on the hot stone again, cooked with a little, they did clean off a little bit of the pork grease, but I'm sure there's a little bit still on there to give it the rice some extra flavor. And then within the rice, it looked like there was some kimchi plus some, there was a lot of seaweed and maybe some chili paste as well. And then after she fried it all up and mixed it all up, then she flattened it out into a pancake shape, and it is slowly sizzling on the hot stone, and we're just all gonna reach in and eat off it. All right, so you kind of reach into the rice pancake, and it has a little bit of like a crunchy, you can feel that crispy, sticky edge on the bottom. Oh yeah. Oh wow. You can taste the crispy, sizzled edge, and then, yeah, that's like caramelized rice. And then it has a little bit of a chili flavor. You can get little bits of kimchi in there. And then also, you can taste the little slivers of seaweed. The pork was insanely good, but this rice is just astonishing. We just finished with this entire meal. This was an incredible final meal. I want to say a huge thank you to both Chino and Duwan. They have been, they have planned out our entire trip, and they have figured out our whole schedule of eating and visiting places throughout this entire 2 weeks in Jeonju province, and they have done an excellent job. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad you like it. Yeah.
Yes, we had a wonderful trip. And so much good food.
Yeah.
Chino and I enjoyed so much good food together.
Every single day. Yeah. 2 times a day.
Big thank you to both of them for all of their hard work and for really putting together our full schedule. Ying and I just came to eat, and they did all the work to coordinate. Thank you to our driver who took us everywhere as well, Mr. Jung. He also did a lot for us, and he was great as well. And then also big thank you to my wife Ying for all of her filming, and she is the absolute best. Couldn't do it without her. Made it back to the Hanok homestay. I also want to say a big thank you to Mr. Lee and Okyu from the Jeonju Center for International Affairs. They are the ones who invited Ying and I to visit Jeonju province, which is the same as North Jeolla province. I've been to Korea a couple of times. This is my second main trip here, but on this trip, I really got to experience Korean culture and learn so much about Korean food, and it's been an incredibly rewarding trip. During our 2-week visit to Jeonju province, we visited all 14 counties and had so much delicious food. It's been an incredible trip. Tomorrow we head back to Seoul and then back to Bangkok from there. I will be vlogging tomorrow, but I'm gonna end the vlog for today right now. Thank you all for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And also make sure you subscribe for lots more food videos, and I will see you on the next video.